Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your mid-April reading. This is for April 15th through the 30th. Thank you for understanding on this reading being a little late. I've been sick for most of the month and I'm recuperating. I'm starting to feel better, like myself, but please keep this in mind that because I've been sick for a while and I'm still got that nagging cough, this video may be edited to cut all those parts out. So I'm going to start off with the Heal Yourself Oracle card for all my Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign friends for April 15th through the 30th of 2019. What is the most important message Sagittarius needs to hear in order to heal and move on, move forward with their lives? Because I've been feeling a sense of stagnancy for some Sagittarians. The inability to forgive, move forward, whatever it may be. You have you have this message. Two cards came out. Pride and home. So for some of you, if this is a family situation or a situation in the home, it's not getting along with family, not having any communication, trying to figure out whether or not you should make the first step towards that type of communication. But Sagittarius, pride is an ego thing. It's ego driven. If you allow your pride to make decisions for you, you'll never be acting upon your highest good. If you want to be good with yourself so that you can be good with others, you'll have to let go of the negative behavior, the toxic behavior. Ego and pride only set you back. They don't allow you to move forward in a positive way. You may feel as though you're moving forward in certain areas. However, it will become more and more difficult as time goes on to perhaps open up those doors that you may have once closed, whether it was to friends or family members, whatever it may be. In any case, I feel as though the situation here that needs to be healed is within the home, within the family, within yourself, your pride, your ego. What behaviors make you feel restless? And in turn, what behaviors make you feel as though you're making progress in your life, doing better for yourself? Having this sense of pride, and not in the positive light where you're proud of yourself or how far you've come, but from the negative connotation and egotistical side to it. It's like a weakness of sorts. Are you having a hard time seeing someone else's perspective because your pride gets in the way? You feel the need to be right. You can't handle being wrong. You can't handle taking responsibility for certain behaviors or certain things that have been said. If you're holding on to this shadow side of pride and refusing to meet people halfway, refusing to speak to people, the anxiety, the depression, the sadness, the guilt, the ego-driven behaviors, the resentment, the anger. Maybe you get grouchy. Maybe you can't become like this total pill that people don't want to deal with, especially in the home. Instead, are you willing to make changes in your life or in your home in order for you to let that sense of pride and ego fall away? Do you want peace and clarity and balance within the home, within your family? And if so, how many pieces of humble pie will it take for you to get to that point? At what point do you feel at peace or at home with yourself? Do you shut people up or shut people out because you're not willing to listen to their side? You're not willing to hear that perhaps something you said, did, or didn't say, or didn't do was a mistake, was ego-driven, was not in your best interest or your family's best interest, or whoever it may involve. If there are issues from childhood or issues with children in the home, no one's saying that you're doing everything wrong, but I get this sense of pride that holds you back, where rather than being open to other people's perspectives or opinions, you'd rather ignore them and shut them out. And when you do this, you close out all avenues of being able to find balance within yourself, within your home, or the best way that you would feel balanced for yourself or your children, if you have any. So if there is something from your past, from your present, from your childhood growing up, maybe you made mistakes with your parenting skills at some point, or maybe your parents were the ones that wounded you. In any case, take your piece of humble pie, release yourself from the self-sabotage, the negative self-talk. Have enough sense of pride to say, I honor myself and my self-worth. But when you can't handle other people's opinions or views of certain things, that's a different type of pride. That's ego-driven pride. That is you never wanting to admit when you are wrong. And if you're never open to correcting certain things, certain habits, certain situations within your life, I'm not saying you need to live a certain way to have everyone's approval. Not at all. But honor yourself. And are you failing to honor yourself because you just don't want to hear other people's opinions, period? You're not giving the other person enough credit if they come to you and say, hey, look, man, I don't mean no disrespect, but you ever thought about something like this? Or, I don't think it was cool that you did that because, whatever it may be. Be open to new avenues of healing and of progress. Don't let pride and ego get in the way. And if there are childhood or parenting issues that's got your ego-driven pride guard completely up, you will only make this chapter, this phase in your life last even longer. And when you're stuck in that sense of pride and ego, you'll soon see that everyone else will be moving forward with their life, and you'll still be in the same prideful standpoint, where perhaps you may be holding on to old shit, old issues. People have like moved on with their life and forgot about it, and yet your ego and your pride is still holding on to past issues, past comments, old ways, where people will probably look at you and say, I can't believe you brought that up, dude. That was like so long ago. Move on with your life. It's not that serious. So much Sagittarius friends. If you're going through a situation like this, know that this is your sign. This is your wake-up call to really dig deep within yourself to try and figure out what areas of my life do I need to lift the veil of ego and pride in order for me to find my inner balance, heal my inner child, and be willing to listen to other people's opinions so that you can be the best you possible. Not everyone wants to cut you down or insult you or make you feel like shit. And perhaps that's what you were used to growing up as a child. That's not everyone's standpoint. Not everyone is your enemy. Remember that, Sagittarius. So let's get to it with your general reading. That was just, a little snippet for you, Sagittarians, that need to heal certain aspects of your life. And I pulled that oracle message because I really felt that for some of you Sagittarians, you were having a really tough time moving on, healing, closing out certain chapters in your life. That's not for everyone, okay? So remember, this is a general reading and not all messages will resonate with everyone. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and never force the message to apply. So what is going on with Sagittarius mid to end of April for Sagittarians, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs? Remember that after this general reading, I will follow with the romance angels and the love reading for singles and couples. And maybe I'll pull a couple other oracle cards for you guys. Okay, so here we go. General messages. Ask your angels. So if you're not quite sure how to move on, how to heal, how to close out certain chapters of your life, right? If you need assistance from your guides, from your angels, spirit guides and guardian angels, they are more than willing to help you, but you need to ask. You need to connect, meditate, talk to them, say, listen, I'm having a really hard time moving on to the next chapter of my life, closing out certain cycles, karmic relationships. How do I move on from here? So if you're having a tough time closing out cycles, healing, forgiving, moving on, beginning new chapters in your life, take some time to really connect with your angels, meditate and say, please guide me towards my divine path. How do I heal? How do I make my next step? How do I move towards communication? How do I, and whatever it may be for you. And ask them to give you clear messages, whether they be random thoughts, whether they be signs, whether they be in your dreams. Okay? So let's clarify this. What does Sagittarius need to hear from their angels? Eight of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. Nice. Six of Swords. Nine of Pentacles. Lots of money. Oh, Seven of Swords. And another seven flew out, only this one is in reverse. Again, Seven of Wands in reverse. That does talk about taking that piece of humble pie. Two of Cups. One more card. The Sun in reverse. That's the Sun card right there. And as normally, I would love to end the reading with the Sun card. This one is in reverse. So I have some Sagittarians here who are going through some tough times. Emotional discontentment, depression, sadness. You're running away from certain responsibilities, whether it be about money, in the home, family, partnership. Again, with the Seven of Wands in reverse, I feel as though some of you may need to humble yourself, take a step down, surrender. Surrender your ego. Because until you do, you're going to be feeling this sense of being stuck. And I feel that some of you have been working really hard at trying to move away from the negative self-talk, the depression, toxic relationships. I do feel as though some of you, if this isn't you, Sagittarius, this is someone else. Some of you have been taken advantage of. Some of you know that it's all going to catch up to you. Deceptive behavior, especially around money. I feel that there's a lot of fear and worry about money, how you make your money, how your money's coming in. Some of you may be doing, maybe involved in some illegal shit. A part of you feels as though, you know what, I'm not going to stop working to get what I need for my family. We need to move forward to be at peace. I need to bring the money in. I'm just not sure how. Then you find an opportunity of how to make your money. But I feel as though some of you feel like it's gone too far. You're in too deep. You don't know how to get out of it. And you're really afraid of getting caught up. This is some sort of business partnership that is quite stressful. I'm definitely feeling like there's burdens and worries, as though you're starting to feel like, if I get caught up, is it worth it? What I'm trying to do for my family, for my partnership, is it worth it if I get caught? Whatever this may be. Because this Nine of Pentacles, where she's at the end of her, hard work and building. I mean, she's worked so hard and now she's got it and she's getting closer to that 10 of Pentacles. Yet she doesn't look happy because she knows that there's no honor in the way that money was made. I feel as though some of you just don't know how to get out of this situation that you're in. You really just want to walk away from it and pretend as though you never got involved with these people or in this situation, whatever it may be. Ask your angels. Ask them for guidance. Ask them to open up those roads towards healing, towards closing out this chapter, moving away from this. If this is a business partnership that, hey, they sweetened up the deal, you thought about it and you said, hey, I'm just going to do it until I get enough money for whatever it may be that you needed money for. Maybe you're getting married. Maybe this was a new partnership. You wanted to start your own business. Maybe you said, I'll work for this guy until I can, you know, move away and do something else on my own. And maybe the money's really good and you're just like, yeah, I'm just going to do this for a few more months. And you thought it was going to be a piece of cake walking away from this. Male or female, whoever you may be, figuratively speaking, you're too wrapped up in whatever this situation is, and it's like they got you by the balls and you just don't know how to get out of it. I feel a sense of sadness, anger, disappointment, disillusionment. I feel as though that maybe they did say, oh yeah, sure, a few months, pay you under the table or whatever it may be. You're realizing that maybe you're in business with some not so nice people. Maybe you witnessed a crime. Maybe you were part of that crime. The more underhanded the deals are, the more you worry about how it's going to affect your partnership, your children, your family. I feel the need to clarify this one because I don't have a good feeling about this. Let's clarify that 7 of Swords. How do they get out of this deceptive behavior? That's the 7 of Wands upright. You need to stand your ground. You absolutely need to stand your ground. Fight for what you believe in. And if what you're trying to fight for is to keep your family and your partnership, do things the right way, then that's what you need to do. So you need to stand up, fight for it. Wow, the 7 of Swords again. You really just want to say your piece, stand your ground, and walk away. I don't think they're going to let you. I don't think they're going to let you. Maybe you're involved with someone in a partnership, relationship who is okay with you taking on this type of business, of you being involved in criminal activity, or it's not criminal for all of you. For some of you, it just may be unethical and you can't live with yourself. Doesn't mean it's illegal. But the business practices are not ethically and morally to your standards. I feel that they're going to offer you more money or more opportunities to make more money. They sweeten the deal and they make you want to take it. You take it and then you just continue the same cycle that you've been in. So Sagittarius, you'll need to decide how you move from here. How much longer can you live with yourself in a situation where this isn't for your best interest? And it may be helping you financially because they're helping you pay your bills. You're making good money. And yet you know that this is not something that you probably would have been involved with. had someone else not suggested it, right? Maybe they said something to the effect of, let's just do it for a little bit, pay off all our bills, and we can get out of it at any time. And I feel as though you're starting to realize that you can't, or it will be much more difficult for you to get out of it. So what is the most important message for Sagittarius from their angels before we move on to the love portion? Angel Desiree, no, conditions aren't favorable right now. Wait or look into other options and ask the angels to help, guide, and comfort you. So again, your angels are here to remind you. They can come to your aid. They are here to assist you if you ask for their help. You can't expect them to just come in and help you the entire way. You need to open those lines of communications with your angels. Pray, meditate, call on to your archangels, spirit guides, guardian angels, whoever it is that you lean towards for advice. But you may be feeling restless about wanting to move out of this situation, and it's not the right time for you. But in any case, you should ask your angels to assist you as you make these changes and moving forward, getting out of a tough situation, getting out of a jam. So let's move on to the love portion. Straight up single Sagittarians and couples. So Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Straight up singles. Oh, pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. That's for my straight up singles, right? I'll go ahead and clarify in just a moment, but let me get one for the couples. Sagittarius couples, married, exclusively dating. Maybe some of you in-betweeners. Maybe you've just started seeing someone. A card for Sagittarius couples. Sagittarian couples. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you romantically attractive. So if you're not, if you're starting to feel like you are in this tough situation, you're feeling like the people you thought had your best interest, it turns out that they don't. And the people that did have your best interest, you've now shut out, and you're just not sure how to bring them back into the forefront, how to bring them back into your life. Well, respect yourself, honor yourself, love yourself first, Sagittarius couples. But let's get to my straight up Sagittarian singles. What is going on with Sagittarius singles? Pay attention to the red flags. Is that a reason why you're still single? You weren't so good at paying attention to those red flags before? Perhaps you just met someone. Perhaps you've got an ex trying to come back into the picture. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. You know, I just have to say something because it just popped into my mind. Sagittarian singles. If you haven't learned the lessons from your past relationships, the relationships that didn't work out for you, the relationships that weren't in your best interest, the ones that wore away at your self-esteem, at your self-worth, you're going to be continuously brought to that road, to those lessons until you learn them, until you honor your self-worth, until you love yourself enough to say, no, my ex did that, my ex before that did that. I'm not allowing that type of shit anymore. Okay? That is a red flag, Sagittarian. Right. Six of Cups. Yeah. Like I said, if someone from your past is trying to come in, oh dear, too many people here. Pay attention to the red flags. If you have a married person coming in, ooh, sexy time coming in just to be all emotional. I'm just going to leave you out in the cold, stressed out. Listen, you already know how this person works, or these people. Single Sagittarius, let me tell you something. If you've been fucking with a married person, you know that they've been involved. You know that they've been in a relationship for quite some time. They love the way you love them. They love the attention you give them. That's why they keep coming back, right? And for the sex, obviously, because it's one of those things where, you know, it's an ego thing. Or this could be you behaving this way. You're going back and forth, checking in with that ex, getting what you want, and leaving. But I do feel this is someone from your past. They may already be in a relationship. They may already be married. No matter how much a person says, oh, but I'm not happy in the marriage. Well, then why are they still married? If a person truly isn't happy in their marriage, why haven't they taken action? Even if they are staying in a boring, unfulfilling marriage. Do you really want to be fucking with someone who can't even, you know, have the courage or the decency to talk to their partner, their wife, their spouse, their husband, and say, you know what, this isn't working out? They don't respect themselves. They don't respect their partner. They don't respect you. If they're coming in, sleeping with you, and then leaving you hanging. To the point where they come to you, they know they're going to get all the love and attention from you. They're getting all the sex from you. And then you start thinking, this will be the day, or this time it's long term. This time they'll leave their partner, their spouse. And you literally go from offering all this love with that beautiful glowing cup to feeling drained. Look at that. Drainage. If you're dealing with a narcissist, they've come for their supply and then they're out. They come in, they love bomb you, they are flirting, they are making you feel like the most important person in their world. And then they're gone. Just like that. Moving on to the next person who can give them their supply. So my straight up singles, pay attention to the red flag. You already know what type of person you're dealing with here. There's a pattern. Don't front. You know how they are. And perhaps every single time they come back in, they convince you that they've changed. They convince you because they paint this pretty picture of, wouldn't it be awesome if we were whatever it is that you want. They know what to say already to keep you there. Or maybe this is you doing that to them. In which case, I'm not going to judge, but I don't approve. So here we go. Couples, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So if you're stuck in a situation that isn't for your highest good, respect yourself enough to say no. Enough is enough. I need to heal myself. I've gone through too much. I've done too much. And the more that people come in and take from me and make me feel like shit. Seven of Wands again. You got it again. That is 3 different decks. Seven of Wands again. Standing your ground. Wow, new beginnings. Gotta love yourself first. It's your new beginning starts with loving yourself first. Healing, having respect for yourself, honoring yourself. Lots of fiery energy here. You are fire. However, I'm still getting the sense of emotional up and downs. Battle wounded. Yeah, see? You've got to close out that cycle. Closing out karmic cycles. Absolutely. Okay, here it is. Sagittarius couples, love yourself first. From here on out, the decisions you make for yourself, your partnership, your family needs to start by doing what's best, what's for your highest good. You feel as though you can't move forward. There's stagnancy here. The universe is going to move you forward whether you're ready for it or not. Know that the universe is pushing you towards healing yourself, loving yourself, respecting yourself, knowing when a relationship, a partnership is toxic, a friendship, a situation, knowing that it is not for your highest good, no matter how pretty they paint the picture. Get right with yourself, Sagittarius. You've got new beginnings, closing out karmic cycles, and yet you continue to stay stuck and blindfolded. You've been through too much to go through this loop of pain, hurt, depression, disrespect, low self-worth. Then you build yourself up to a point of, no, you know what? I'm ready for this new beginning. I'm ready to take that leap of faith. No matter how much I've been hurt, no matter how much I've been through, no matter how much shit I continue to endure, I know that you can't see the path in front of you, but it is about a successful completion to this karmic cycle, putting it behind you and being open and ready to receive your new beginning. But you need to learn from your past mistakes. You need to learn that the behavior, the decisions, the patterns from the past that were not for your highest good, that were toxic, that were negative, immoral, unethical, whatever it may be, whatever it was that was wearing away at your self-esteem, that's the kind of shit you need to put behind you. That's the kind of shit you need to recognize that it's not for your highest good, no matter who it is that's treating you this way. Just because the person says they love you doesn't give them the right to treat you like shit. Doesn't give them the right to wear away at your self-esteem, your self-confidence. Build yourself back up. Close out those karmic cycles. Put them behind you. Learn from the issues from the past and know that you will not take that into the future. Know that you have better things ahead of you, but you have to close out those karmic cycles, or you end up in this never-ending loop of the universe trying to teach you the same lesson over and over again. You have an opportunity to close that door and have successful completion, a graduation into the next phase of your life. But you've got to love yourself first. You've got to know what is okay and what isn't okay. I mean, should be obvious to some, but sometimes when we have been in abusive or toxic relationships, we forget that that shouldn't be the norm. You shouldn't be dealing with other people's abusive behavior. Stand your ground. Put your foot down that you will no longer tolerate that type of behavior in your relationship. And a person that loves you, that wants to heal with you, that wants to build with you, is going to listen to you and have open communication so that you can both grow together and heal together and move on to the next chapter of your life. But if they continue to criticize you and put you down, then maybe it's time for you to take this break and reflecting on the wounds of this relationship, the wounds of your past, of your childhood. And how many more wounds are you willing to live with? Are you willing to take on? Unless you prefer staying in stagnancy. It's really up to you. But you need to love yourself first, Sagittarius. Are you ready to do so? Are you ready to put your foot down, stand your ground, let people know when it's not okay? At the same time, I have to remind you, just because you have demands doesn't mean the other person doesn't have them also. So be ready and willing to listen to what they have to say. I'm not saying that you're perfect or they're perfect, but you need to be open to listening to other people's point of view, other people's perspectives. Angel Therapy Oracle messages. What message do you have for my Sagittarian friends? Singles and couples, everyone, all my Sagittarians. Twin flame. The answer to your question involves a spiritually based romantic relationship. So if this is your twin flame relationship and you're going through those phases of your relationship, the running, the pulling away, the, purging of old ways, old mindsets, know that there are many stages of this healing cycle for you to be able to move forward. Right? Your twin flame partnership. Some of you may have already met this twin flame. You've been going back and forth with them. You've been purging, you've been healing. You've been trying to build yourself back up. Maybe they are, and you haven't done shit, or vice versa. Maybe you've been trying to heal and move on, and they haven't done shit. In any case, love yourself, respect yourself, honor yourself. As you do so, as you continue to work on your own healing, your mirror or your twin flame will instinctually feel as though they need to do the same thing. And you two will reconnect if you're in separation. If you're together and you're both working on your healing, you're building each other back up. Okay, my Sagittarian friends, I hope this message finds you well. I hope this resonated with you. Those of you that celebrate Easter, have a wonderful Easter. Please do me a favor and hit the like button, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will have some readings out shortly for the month of May. I just wanted to really get all the April messages out to you guys. So have a wonderful April. Take care. Bye.